Hello everybody, my name is Gatis Kandis and I've been wondering how random is random. So I made a little table here. Here is random zeros or ones, and then there on this column there's zeros and there is ones, and then there is difference between zeros and ones. And I'm proud to say that I actually programmed it all by myself. It feels so good. Anyway, so then I'm gonna also get here like a little graph, little chart, so we have a better visual like information. And so I'm going to, I don't know what is this. I'm gonna do it again. Gonna choose this one. Okay, gonna put it here. Add data. So I'm gonna add all this. Okay, so here, because at the moment we have more zeros, so everything is under zero, and you can see the biggest difference was 3, but then it kind of went back to 2. Okay, and like if you have like millions of randomly generated zeros and ones, like eventually they should be about the same amount, because that's how random works, or at least that's what I think. So now I'm gonna pull down. I'm gonna go lower because I want to see what happens if we have more. If we have more, let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Okay, it worked before and it doesn't work now. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's go down to, like, I don't know, 60. Okay, 60 went down. Okay, so now you can see the graph already. So what happened? You can see it kind of went back to 0 here, and then it's 0, and then it went again down, then it again went to 0, and now it's gone all the way to -8. Meaning that there's already 8 more zeros. Okay, well, let me pull it down even more. Let's see. Let me go down to a lot more. So what we are now, 60. Let's go 60 being the total number. Let's go like to like 200, for example. Okay, 210, whatever. So now my -10. Okay, so let me go back to the graph. Let's look at the graph now. Okay, so you can see it is still more zeros. So whenever it's under 0, that means there's more zeros. When it's above 0, that means there's more ones. Okay, well, interesting. It should be equal. It's not equal. Why is it not equal? I don't know. Maybe it will be equal if we go, let me go to like 500. Let me try. If I have like maybe 500 numbers here. So I'm gonna go to about 500. Okay, what we got? We got no 500 something. What is it? Oh, look at that! Suddenly it went into pluses. See, like 18 plus. Let me go back to the graph. So this is very interesting. Why did it do that? So now we have 500 total numbers. Look at the graph. Why did it happen? Like, look here, about, I don't know, like 300-400 numbers. Suddenly it was equal, and then you can see even here, like at some point it went all the way up to 22, meaning there's 22 more ones than zeros. But like, because this is all totally random, the question is why was it all the time more zeros, but now suddenly very drastically going up to the ones? Anyway, let me go down to 1000. Let's see what happens if we go to 1000. So let me go again down here. Let me go to 1000. Okay, going. Okay, 700, 800, 900, and 1000. Okay, here we get 1000. What we got now? Oh, interesting, -10. So again, more zeros. Okay, so let me go back to the graph. Let's look at look at that. This is very interesting, because all this is totally random numbers, 0 or 1. But then when you look at the graph, now we have a total of 1000 numbers. From the graph, you can see that for some reason it started with more zeros, then it went up, it was more ones, and now it's back to being more zeros. You know what? Let me try to go to 2000. Let's see what the graph looks like then, because this is like very interesting to me, like, because random You know, it's random numbers. It should be totally random, but it almost looks like there is a pattern, but there shouldn't be a pattern because it's supposed to be completely random. Okay, what's happening here? Let me go to 2000. Let's see what happens at 2000. 1500 we are at, 600, 700, 800, 900 and 2000. Let's see what we got now. 40. Okay, so I already forgot what we had before, so let me go back here to the graph. Let's look at the graph. Oh, so now it continued. Now the ones continue to climb. So now we have total of 2000 numbers, and the difference now is about 40. You can see now we have 40 more ones than we have zeros. And it's like, I cannot stop but wonder what happens next. What happens next? Like, you know, as I said, this is supposed to be totally random. So I'm gonna try to go maybe like 3 or even 4,000. I don't know if there's a quicker way, because obviously when it's like thousands of numbers, you know, I'm just using like iPad, and, you know, obviously it has a limited processing power, and, you know, the more numbers there are, the more processing, because, you know, with all the zeros on, once it's generating, it's like counting them together, which again, you know, I made the formula for it. I'm very proud of that. And then you know, also doing all the difference. But now when it's thousands of numbers, it's like doing literally thousands and thousands of calculations. You know what, I'm at 3,000. I'm gonna try to go to 5,000. Let's see what happens at 5,000, because I just saw it was like already 70 more ones. Now it's 4,000. Okay, I'm gonna go to 5,000. Maybe then I'll stop, because I don't want to, you know, make my iPad too tired with all these millions of calculations. Okay, we are now at 5,000. Let's see what the difference is, because see, it's waiting, because it's calculating. Updating spreadsheet. First time I'm seeing this. I think because maybe it's too much. It could be too much. Okay, something's happening. Oh, guys, 129. So now we have 129. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the graph, because now keep in mind we have 5,000 randomly generated zeros and ones, and oh, that's very interesting. Remember how in the very beginning here, like, we have more zeros, then we had more ones, then we had more zeros again, but now looks like it's climbing. Now we have 5,000 total, 5,000 total of randomly generating zeros or ones, and look at that. Now the difference is like 130. Looks like about 130. We have 130 more ones than zeros. But why is that? Why is that? Because, you know, this is randomly generated zeros and ones. You know, over a long period of time, it should be equal, right? But you can see the graph is like slowly going up. Why is this? Why are they not equal? So that's why the question I have is, random really random? Or is there something that we don't know? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna finish this video now. Actually, I'm gonna finish, and then I'm gonna try to see what happens at 10,000. But I wanna finish because I'm scared to lose all this data, because, you know, maybe iPad cannot handle all this, because I'm recording the screen. Anyway, bye for now. Okay, I am back now. The reason I wanted to save it, because sometimes with the iPad, what happens when you're recording screen for like more than, I don't know, 5 minutes, like, it suddenly crashes, and like that means like the whole recording is gone, and I was really afraid that could happen. That's why I stopped it, but it luckily saved everything. And so now I'm just gonna basically try to go to 10,000, because I think we are at 5,000 now. I'm gonna try to go to 10,000 and see what happens. Also, see, like, I don't know, see, like, we are at 5,000 now. I'm just gonna go down to 10,000. See, like, means like the higher you go, the longer you have to wait, because see, like, now I'm just holding my finger at the bottom of the screen, and it's, you know, generating all these random numbers, but it's a limited speed, you know. Now we are at 6,000, so there is no way to generate random numbers like quicker, you know. There's a limit, and this is the limit. Now we are at 7,000, so it's like slowly. I mean, obviously way faster than humanly possible, but like for the iPad, this is like 2-3 years. I know it's 3 years old iPad, so, you know, it's not the latest anymore. So obviously it has a limited processing power, and I think now it's being maxed out. Now we are at 8,000, almost 9,000. I want to go to 10,000 first and then see what happens. We are now at 9,000, almost 10,000. Almost 10,000 we are at. Let's see, let's go, 10,000, 10,000. Yes, here we go. Okay, 10,000. Okay, so super curious to find out, because now it's gonna take a long time, because see updating spreadsheet, because see now it's like it has to do all these calculations, because I made like one formula to count all the zeros, then I made another formula to count all the ones, and then I made the third formula to calculate the difference between zeros and ones, and then I put it all on the spreadsheet, and I'm like so proud of it. It's actually very simple for people who know, but I haven't literally done this for years. I think the last time I used this, it's like Excel, but this is numbers on the iPad, so the same thing. The last time I used it was in school like 20 years ago, and so it's actually quite exciting that I'm still able to do this. So okay, so now it's oh, interesting, it went down now. It went to 75. So let's go to the graph. Let's go to the graph. Where is it? So see, interesting. See, like we at one point we were up here, like for I don't know, like maybe 6,000. We were like at 160, maybe over here. But now it's again starting to go down. I wonder whether it would ever reach zero. It could. It's almost like a stock market, right? Right? Unpredictable. Well, maybe clever people can predict it. I want to try to go to 20,000, guys. I don't know if it's gonna work. Actually, I don't know if I'm able to take a screenshot while let me try to take a screenshot. Maybe I can, because just in case it crashes, at least I would have a screenshot to show you guys. And so now I'm gonna try to go to 20,000. Probably then I will finish, because probably most of you not watching anymore. But I don't know, for me this is super interesting how random works. How does the random work? Why? Like it's interesting on a small range. You think, oh, it's all going this way, but then as you keep going, suddenly it changes direction. Like as you could see from the graph, it's unpredictable. It's random, supposedly random. But even it's random at the same time, like it almost looks like there is some kind of pattern. And then of course my question is like, where is this pattern coming from? Like, what is it like? Is it truly random, or is it influenced by aliens? Speaking of which, I'm gonna show you this. Look at this. Aliens gave me this one. Like look at that. Like it's very alien looking. Let's see where we at. We are at 1,000, no, 13,000, 13,000. Okay, we are now at 14,000. So, that's what I mentioned before. The further you go, the longer you have to wait, because there's a limited speed. It's generating. Obviously, for humans, it's generating extremely fast. But, but as you want to go further, you have to wait a lot longer. Now we are 15,000. I think I'm going to go to 20,000 and then I'm gonna finish. Simply not because I'm not curious. I'm very curious, how it would change, but simply it's you have to wait. You have to wait the same amount of time for each number to be generated. Meaning, if you want to go to the million, you would have to wait probably the whole day, because it's not happening any faster. And then of course, it has to do all these calculations, and it's actually interesting, to see how with a small amount it happens instantly on the iPad. But however, now when we are in like tens of thousands of calculations, it actually takes time. It actually takes quite a long time for the iPad to calculate all that. So now we are at 19,000 already, so it's almost 20,000. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop at 20,000. Look at the graph, and then that's it for today. I mean, 20,000. There it is, 20,000. Okay, let's see. Now it's gonna generate, probably updating spreadsheet. I mean, if guys you have loads of interest, then in the future I'll go much higher. But I don't know if it is as interesting to you guys as it is to me. Updating spreadsheet. Now it's gonna take probably the same amount of time it took in total before, because now we went all the way from 10,000 to 20,000. And that's why you can see it's still updating spreadsheet. It's taking a very, very long time. I hope my iPad can handle it, because maybe it would, besides being screen recorded, it's also doing all these calculations, and now it's like really long time. Look at it, it's still updating. Actually, it's making me warm, all this. I don't know, can I feel the heat here? Oh yeah, I think I can feel the heat from the iPad updating. Look how long it's updating, because literally there's 10,000 of random zeros or ones needing to be generated, and then of course it has to again count like all the 10,000, how many zeros there are and how many ones there are, and then of course has to do the calculation what the difference is. Okay, so this has been a really long time. See, like when it's been this long, it kind of makes me worried whether maybe it's too much. It could be too much for the iPad, because now it seems to be taking unusually long time. Maybe it's like, what you call it, like maybe it's stuck. How computers get stuck. I don't know. It still says updating spreadsheet, but because it's been such a very long time, I don't even know whether it is still actually doing it or whether it's like simply stuck, and there's no way of telling, because there's no any kind of progress bar, nothing. It just says updating spreadsheet, and I'm just hoping that it is. See, this is another reason I don't want to go further than 20,000, because if it's taking this long for extra 10,000, that means it would take even longer to generate much bigger amounts. Of course, the supercomputers, the ones that are like probably 100 or 1,000 times faster, they could probably do it, like much quicker. But with just an iPad, you have to wait because it's doing so many calculations. Okay, I think I'm gonna finish talking here. Oh, look at that! Like literally, oh, look at that! It's calculating. Literally, I was gonna stop talking and say, okay, I'll see you when it finishes, and suddenly it finished, and now you can. Oh, it was worth it. Let me take a screenshot. I don't want to lose it. It was worth it. Look, guys, 20,000, and it went to 2. The difference 2. So at some point, like the difference was 160, right? And now the difference is 2, which is basically 0, which means basically now when we have 20,000 numbers, that means we have 10,000 zeros and 10,000 ones. Let me go back up to the graph, because on the graph you'll be able to see that it's gone down to, oh, this is very interesting. Not even it went down back to 0, it actually went into minuses. Like here, if you look at this, it went down to the minuses and then back to 0. Now it's again a little bit plus, but like almost like 0. So this is very interesting. See, like here when we started, it was all kind of about the same amount, and then it kept going up. It went all the way up to like 160 over here, and then it dropped again, went again like to 150, and then this was, I don't know, 10,000 was about here, and so now at 20,000 it went all the way down. Interesting. Anyway, the question remains, is random really random? Thank you guys very much for watching. I don't know if anybody's actually watched this far, because this is a super long video, but thanks if you have, and I wish all of you a beautiful day. Bye.